It's kind of nice. I'm getting different notes out of it I didn't get before.
Can you guys hear that crackle? Fucking goddamn Zoom. I mean, that's great. Thank you for having all that, but I kind of want you to be able to hear that fucking crackle. Fuck. It's just
Shit,
like
man.
it's like a taser right now. I'm not single coil.
I love it when something takes it. But I think it's time for us to dive into an episode of the Shedtime Podcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this thing in three, two, one. Let's hit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Shed Time. What is Shed Time, you ask? Well, it's code for the consumption of cannabis, but it's much more than that. Shed Time's a state of mind. It's art, it's music, it's cryptocurrency, technology, it's food, it's vaping. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as you're not letting the bastards get you down, not being a dick, and making it fun. When you're in the shed, it's whatever your mind allows you to create. So now let's get to the Shed Time Podcast.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and welcome to the Shedtime Podcast. Talking about some flavors here as we were coming in, and Chris talking about cinnamon. Uh, those horchata Oreos are out right now, gentlemen. My wife found a pack, brought them home. Yo, that is a damn delicious Oreo.
Dude, honestly, I haven't been down the cookie aisle in a while. I might do that like next grocery shop. I highly doubt that we'll have them though. I mean, I'll just have to live vicariously through you because so much stuff we don't have. I mean, I guess there's some stuff you guys don't have that we have, but these new limited edition type deals and all that, bro. I went into I took an hour drive last weekend because I had nothing better to do to fucking Little Caesars to see if they had their like new whatever limited drop, the Mango Rush or whatever. The dude didn't even know what I was talking about. I was like, yo, do you guys got the Mango Rush back there? He's like, what's that? And I was like, it's the new limited like Little Caesars collab with Mountain Dew. He's like, I've not seen anything about that, and I'm the manager. I'm like, yeah, great. So I probably won't be able to get that.
Bummer.
It might not be a Canadian thing.
Yeah, I think that's and so that Oreo thing might also be the same thing. What color is the Oreos, Sean?
You talking like the actual cookie itself?
Yeah, the cookie and the cream color, either or. I
Yeah,
mean,
so
I'll
so
take
like
either.
it's a chocolate cookie, but it's a double layer of cream. And one is like a dark brown for like the more cinnamon horchata flavor, and then the other's like a normal some type of like vanilla cream.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's like a double stuff Oreo.
Yeah, so you have a bit of cinnamon in the cookie itself, and then you have like some cinnamon cream as well. And then you have this like vanilla cream. The vanilla cream is not like the classic Oreo one. It's a little different, but it's still like similar. I'll say that like
That sounds good.
eating it dry, it was very like on point cinnamon horchata flavor, but I have to give it the dunk test, right? Like got to dunk an Oreo. And I felt like once you hit it with the milk, you lost the cinnamon completely.
Oh, so like it would probably definitely happen also if you dipped it in a coffee. I used to love dipping like Chips Ahoy in a fucking coffee. Maybe not Oreos, but the Chips Ahoy, I used to love doing that.
A chocolate chip in a coffee.
Yeah, dude. It's like then the chocolate chips melt a little bit, and you're like, oh yeah.
I've done it in hot chocolate. I haven't done it in coffee, but a hot chocolate, it's definitely fire.
Well, it's like so there's certain things like people, I mean, I personally tried it, but I don't get it. Like dipping a donut in coffee. Like, have you ever seen people do that? Like, it's
Oh,
definitely like a
100%.
Yeah,
cop
dude.
thing, but I don't even think it's that good.
I do. That shit's
Well,
fucking awesome.
it also depends on the donut, right?
Oh, even the cake donuts, I don't like. And I would assume that those are probably the most common ones.
Like the you need an old fashioned cake donut for that because those are like far more dense than like a regular cake donut that I can just buy. And I feel like those were the ones that were perfect for dunking. And if I find like an old fashioned cake like that where it is that dense, then it does stand up to the Dunkin' coffee. But otherwise, I'm with you. Like I don't get behind like most other donuts being dunked in coffee.
Yeah, like I mean, I'll eat donuts and drink coffee, and I can see the appeal, but I just for some reason I don't like dipping them in there. And I don't even know why. It's just I'm not a fan. It's like I want the donut texture to be it's sacred to me.
No, I'm with you on that because like that I think is my issue is that most donuts I dip don't stand up to the coffee and then it just becomes cake mush or,
Yeah, and that's
dough
why I don't like
mush.
it. Yeah.
And
Because
it's like,
obviously
meh.
I think the flavors match. Because like I said, I'll fuck up a donut and have coffee. As a matter
Yeah,
of
like a
fact,
little
today I
Debbie
had
donut
donut
stick.
holes and a fucking coffee, and it was fire.
So like a little Debbie donut stick, I'll dunk that jammy in some coffee. That's
Oh hell yeah,
delicious. That
all day.
jam holds up to a dunk in a coffee
Is that like
so
a
well.
cruller kind of?
Yeah,
Okay. I mean, I could maybe see that, but even that I wouldn't like. But I could see that more than just like a chocolate dip donut. Not dip, like the chocolate, whatever. Fuck my
chocolate
name.
cake
Chocolate
donut that's
glaze, like a
glazed.
glazed,
Yeah,
yeah, chocolate glazed donut. I could see that being better than that because the stick donuts or a curler, like they're definitely more sturdy,
yep.
less crumbly.
A little more dense. So they're usually fried a little bit longer. They at least tend to hold up. And like again, I get it. Like there are people right now in the world who don't know that Dunkin' Donuts used to have a donut called the Dunkin' Donut. And that's literally what it was designed for. Like it was a little bit more dense and it actually had a nub on the end as like a handle. So that way you could get the whole donut dunk. And then you'd have basically like a munchkin or a Timbit in your hand to finish off.
Huh. I mean, that's interesting.
Yeah, like that was part of the Dunkin' Donut gimmick. I'm gonna go ahead and use the interweb real quick because I know I've pulled these pictures up in the past to show my wife because she didn't know. But yeah, the original Dunkin' Donut with the handle. Here we go. Bang. Yeah. Oh my God, it's so good. This just brings me
And so like
back.
when does like was this like a 90s thing? Did it
Oh,
stop and like
this goes like way back to the earliest days of Dunkin' Donuts, and it kind of ended in like I'd say the early 2000s, maybe.
oh okay, so like you would have actually probably ate one.
Oh, I've eaten them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
100%.
okay.
I have eaten them, which is why like it's funny to me that there are people in this world like who work at a Dunkin' Donuts even who have never seen this thing. But yeah, here we go. This is actually actual old advertisement from Dunkin' Donuts for the Dunkin' Donut.
Dude, that
And
looks fucking hilarious.
yeah, yeah. Just had a little extra nubbin on the side so that you could get a good Dunkin' and still have this little piece that your fingers are staying dry with.
We call it Dunkin' the Donut.
Like, yeah. So like, I get it. I get why people like it.
Yeah, I just
And
don't like
those were fire.
saturated stuff, I guess. Like I was never even like a Dunkin' milk cookies and milk guy. I would drink milk while eating cookies, but I wouldn't. It used to fucking gross me out if like it ever like fell out or like parts of the cookie would fall to the bottom. I just couldn't do it then. And
I
I
mean,
never was like so extreme where I would be like using a spoon and like holding the cookie on the spoon or something. Like I never went that far. I just
dude, no, like the pro tip that I'm disappointed I didn't know as a kid was the fork.
Yeah, dude. That's the
yeah, but
only
how
way
does
I
that
eat.
work with
Or
like Chips Ahoy?
It doesn't,
No,
unless
If
you
it
have a
was the
chewy one.
Oreo or something, it
Like it,
obviously
like it works with any of the sandwich cookies though. You just
it's through
stab the
the icing.
fork into the cream.
Yeah,
Now you
to
dunk
each
that
their
whole
own, I
bitch and
guess.
dunzo.
Just give me
Wish
the
I knew that when I
separate.
was a kid.
You would have been like trying to slurp up the fucking cookie at the end or like hitting the glass to like get.
Yes, 100%. Like because like the thing that always weirded me out as a kid, and like it's funny that even as a kid I thought about it was the fact that like like we would dunk a cookie and like you'd be up to like your first nubbin on your fingers in the milk, and then like now you just got like wet fingers the whole time you're eating your cookies. Because like fuck you, it's my milk. If I want to double dip, I'm gonna double dip. Or if I want to
Oh,
drown
I
that
swear.
bitch and then just chuck the whole thing back, I'm gonna do it. Like it's my cup of milk.
Yeah, I can't remember ever sharing milk and someone being like, "Can I dip my cookie in your milk?" I'd be like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Whoever
hell
said
no,
that.
dude.
That'd be
That'd be
fighting
wild.
words, I think.
Yeah, dude. I never would think of sharing my milk, bro. Eating cookies. Like, no, dude. Like, this is my cup. Like, you're not putting your hand in my cup.
And then if
Like,
they drop the cookie, bro, that's your cookie
Oh,
now.
yeah,
That was my cup of
it's
milk.
lost to the fucking milk, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the fucking milk tax right
yeah,
there.
exactly, dude. Oh,
dude,
side note. Um,
oh, you got a side note. What we got?
talking about things coming, going, all that sort of stuff. This is something that had come and gone and is now back again. Your boy got some more Infinite Swirl, bro,
Yes, sir, it
from the
is.
old 7-Eleven Speedway or whatever their fucking
What other
collaboration is.
companies
Yeah.
they've bought in the last friggin' year?
Okay, you know what I
And I
want to
love
say
it.
about
The new
that though?
label's kind of sick, dude.
I want to say fuck that because it literally was there before I went to America, and now that I've already gone and come back home, now it's come back out.
Yep.
Thanks, Mountain Dew, you motherfuckers.
And of course,
It's just
we
as
got
good.
the dragon fruit date. We know that the
Yeah.
15th of June, which by the time people hear this episode, it'll already be in your Walmart stores. Bye bye frostbite. Hello dragon fruit.
You know what's
Do
sad
we know
about
what the
that?
name
I
of
had
it it's gonna be?
one case of frostbite, and it was so good, and I'll never get it again now. So we don't even have that up here at Walmart. We won't have that one at fuck, which
No,
I
you
really
won't.
want to try.
Did they ever say what the name of the dragon fruit one's gonna be?
Yeah, dragon fruit.
That's it.
Yeah, they're just calling it dragon fruit.
That's stupid.
That's lame.
It's it the See if I can pull up the label because I saw some images of the label, and it looks nice. Like, and we've been talking a lot about their art lately.
Yeah. They just
And
went there and changed up everything, dude.
this one is dope.
Oh, on the note of liquids, got a new Yeti. Actually, I got my first Yeti. It arrived today. It looks blue right now, but it's purple.
That's definitely blue on camera for sure.
Yeah, it's like it's purple IRL. Like I don't know how I could make it look purple. Maybe I'll take a picture of it later. But like right now when I'm looking at it, it's fucking purple. This is 46 ounce. Dude, when this thing's full, it's pretty heavy. She's a
Oh yeah,
hefty
for sure.
bitch, dude.
There's the dragon fruit label, looking pretty fucking sweet.
What's the one beside it?
That's the
The summertime.
summer freeze. That's the bomb
That
pop.
that was the one that you got that I never was able to find.
Oh, okay, okay.
But yeah, dragon fruit. That label's
Are
looking
those
fucking
both going to
sweet.
be at Walmart?
They're both launching the 15th, and I don't know about this one. I haven't read anything about it being exclusive anywhere.
Huh.
But yeah, both dropping June 15th. So by the time this episode airs, the people will have access to both of those flavors. So we can get a couple new more images. There we go. There we go. That's the image I'm looking for. Like
Yeah, dude, that can actually look kind of sick.
like the can does look dope, right?
Yeah, it can look sick.
Like the little dragon fruits down here in the corner and everything. Like
I'm
nice
honestly
job.
super stoked for that one, bro.
It's
Because it's
it's such a
something real
unique flavor.
yeah, it's something different, out of the
I'm
loop.
I'm glad they did it. And yeah, very excited to get my hands on
The
it.
can looks sick. I mean,
Yeah,
the bottle looks fine, but the can looks sick.
Yeah,
definitely gonna be getting me some of that.
that's gonna be a friggin' winner, dude.
Excuse me.
So that's very exciting. Like these,
Does that look less blue or more blue or purple?
Still looks blue.
yeah, your camera just makes it look blue, man.
Fucking stupid camera. It's fucking purple. Anyways, I fucking love it. It's purple.
It,
Looks sick.
it's funny you say that though, because I actually got my first Yeti as well.
Oh
And
yeah?
yeah, I got mine on last Friday. Only mine's just like a 20-ounce coffee cup one. But I see why people like them. Like that sucker is built well.
Dude, like I said, this thing when it's full, you could murder people. Like a bunch of them. It compared to like the one that Ashton did for me, it is way more like substantial feeling.
Well, yeah, it's like double, triple walled or whatever. Like,
Well, I think that even the one from Ashton was double walled, but it wasn't the same level of like sturdiness.
yeah, these like this is got heft.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I mean, I will say like this one in particular, it's promotional for a company that we do business with in my industry, but like they actually laser cut and engrave. So like that feels like it's not coming out. Like it might be a resist, but either
Well, I
way,
think that
like
this is powder coated on mine where it says Yeti. Now that engraving or where they put their logo or and all that or whatever, like so like on here it just has that, but it's like it's powder coated and that's not powder.
yeah, they just use a resist. But yeah, like I don't know, like the quality of that feels really good. Like, and it could be that the fucking company's doing them, not having Yeti do them. You know what I mean? Like this company does everything. Like, like when you talk about businesses being vertically integrated, this company makes their screws for their product.
Yeah, so they're definitely it's like an all-in-one shop.
Yeah, like they made their own robotic equipment to service them in building their equipment. Like they're on a different level. I was thoroughly blown away when I met them. So for all I know, they could be doing the engraving themselves. Just like, yeah, we'll buy a whole bunch of black Yetis
Well,
and then
I
we'll
mean,
engrave them in the shop.
also, dude, that's probably like a $35-$40 cup.
Yeah,
So for a promotional item that's like kind of that nice, they ain't no fucking mom and pop shop. Let's just say that.
no, no.
Like they're
Uh,
fucking doing business.
the facility I was in was 600,000 square feet, and they have another facility in another state that's close to as large. They deal with aerospace, law enforcement, off-road, racing. Like they make lighting equipment for a ton of different industries, and also like tornado alarms and shit like that. Like it's crazy,
Dude, that's
crazy
crazy.
what these companies do.
Dude, actually, just like because you said about airplanes, you guys want to hear an interesting fact that I heard this week that has to do with like airplanes and stuff like that, like airports?
Give it to us.
Dude, air traffic control, all their shit still operates on Windows 95.
Yeah,
I could not fucking believe that. I was like, that is 30 years old, dude.
yeah. Like there are
And
three and
they're
a half
still
inch
doing
floppy
that.
disks that they're
Yeah.
booting for shit. Yeah,
Dude, it's like the fucking there was some fucking weird underground bunker shit that they found that was being used to like pay out like retirement for some government fucking companies or some shit, and that was being ran on some fucking shit that's been outdated for like fucking 30, 40 fucking years, and they never changed it over because they just liked it the way it was, and they're able to fucking keep fucking,
Like, dude, I
sweeping
know the
shit under the
whole
rug.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it like saying, but like, come on, dude.
Well,
Like,
like the
what are they
the
gonna
issue,
do at some point? Like, what there's planes, there's like what we knew. I think we talked about it one time. There's like at any given time, there's like 10,000 planes in the air at any moment, and these
but
all
but
these
that's
motherfuckers are running Windows 95.
but that's
Like
the issue,
that blows my
Chris.
mind, dude.
But that's the whole issue. There's like at any given moment, there's like 10,000 planes in the sky. You don't have an opportunity to ground all of the planes for the time to convert all air traffic control systems across the board to a new operating system and update everything.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that is true. That's like a whole new level of like juggling, but fuck, man.
Like the logistics of doing that, it
It's
costs more money.
2025, you know what I mean?
But that's the problem. Like the logistics of doing that costs way more money than just leaving it running on 95, as gross as that is.
Dude, if we're like in 2050 and they're still rolling on Windows 95, like I'm never
Like
flying
there
again.
there are government computer systems still running on Windows 3.1,
Yeah,
one of the
like
precursors to 95. Like
that's
there are
just
some that don't
silly.
even run those systems. They're still just MS-DOS based.
That I could see more than an old fucking Windows, man. Like,
But that's the thing. Like their DOS system predates a Windows operating system.
no, I know, but
Like,
I feel like DOS is like that direct connection, you know?
well, it certainly is. I mean, for a way to interact with a computer, there's very few more direct ways. I mean, you're telling the computer, open this file in this location.
Yeah, like you're typing that command in.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like literally run this file in this location. Like, you have to remember that it was like C:// this folder name slash that folder name slash this file name. Like, when I was a kid growing up, dude, that was how I had to play Doom.
Oh, dude,
I
that's
had,
how I had to load everything on my Commodore 64. You'd have to like know how to like run the fucking file, even if the disk was in. Like
yeah,
it didn't matter. It's not like you put the disk in and it was like booted it up. Nah.
yep.
You put the
I
disk in and you still have to fucking type a bunch of shit in.
yeah,
It
like
used to be written down on every disk, though, to be fair. Like it was not, I never had any of them memorized. Like,
well, no, like the best part was is that like it was always like you put the disk in and it was this extension and then like install. And then once the game was installed, it was like the same extension and then the
run.
game title
Yeah.
.exe. And then there you go.
Yeah. No, I mean, I guess it wasn't like rocket science, but when I was like a fucking 8-year-old kid, I'd always be calling my older brother, be like, Jamie, come on, hook it up. Let me
Want to
play
play
fucking
Pitfall?
epics. Oh no, dude, I would play like epics, like Olympics, like summer games or like winter games too, like those kind of things. I love playing those, man.
Dude,
I'd be
going
like
back to games
sitting
like
in the
that.
fucking, in there was like the desk in like the kitchen part of the house. And I'd be like sitting there and I'd be like fucking doing like the fucking button mashing, fucking run faster. And if you timed your run, then you'd start to really pick up speed or like javelin and you'd be doing that. And then you'd like hit another button to like fucking draw it back. And dude, I used to fucking love that shit when I was a kid. That was like the only time I really loved playing video games when I was a kid on
Like
Commodore
that era of
64.
video games, dude. California games.
Dude, California games is amazing. Hacky
Dude,
sack, bro. You could fucking play hacky sack on that
bro,
bitch.
right?
Surfing.
The half
Yeah.
pipe.
World
Yo,
Games was pretty cool because they had like bull riding and like barrel jumping, like you'd skate and then you'd have to jump over barrels and shit. It was pretty cool. And cliff diving was in that. It was pretty cool. Honestly, Epix killed it at that time. They made all those like games, whatever, summer games, winter games, world games, California games, all that shit. I'm pretty confident it was all made by Epic
I think you're right. Like I played a lot of the Sierra games.
or Epics, not Epic. Epics like Fortnite.
Like the Sierra games were always the like text-based adventure games in the early days. Um, and those were weird because it would be like you would load up this like 8-bit, say like haunted house, and your character sprite is up front of the haunted house, and you'd have to type in like walk to front door, and then your character would walk to the front door. You have to type in like look at door, and he'd like a text prompt would come up and be like the door is unlocked, and he'd be like open door, and then he'd open the door and walk in. Like did a lot of that when I was like real young, and like it gave me a great appreciation for a Sega Genesis. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I remember my brother got like a Nintendo Entertainment System. I was like, you don't have to type anything in.
Right? You just put
This
this
is so
cartridge
cool.
in,
This
and it
controller works
goes.
because like our joystick would like half the time it wouldn't even fucking work. But it's like you
Tell
get
me.
this little tiny gamepad. You'd be like, oh my God, like
You
this is so easy, bro.
talk about the NES. Did you know as a kid that the second controller on Duck Hunt controlled the fucking duck?
No, I had no idea. And honestly, I don't even believe it, but I do. I can't believe that that's
I
actually true.
I have seen it demonstrated, so I can believe it. But I'm so mad that we didn't know this as children.
Well, then it would be really a 1v1, like way
Well,
more than just saying, I got a high score.
yeah, like because that's the thing, right? Is like if we weren't typical children of the 80s and 90s, we would have read the goddamn instructions to the game where it actually told us this information. Like it was in front of our face the whole friggin' time. We just ignored it.
I'm really surprised by that. I'm not surprised at all.
Like we
Dude,
were all like
anytime I got
Mario.
something like that, yeah, I'd just be like, I want to play right now. I can barely read. Why would I want to read these?
I remember being a kid and getting video games and like pretend like again like barely read, and I just would stare at the box the whole ride home. Like, yeah, that picture. I saw a picture of that on the TV.
Oh, dude, I was the guy. You got a game. I'm ripping the game open in the car, pulling out the fucking booklet on the inside and looking at what all the moves are. So when I open it, I'm already ahead of the game, so that I can fucking whoop ass right out the
Like
fucking
right out the
box,
gate.
bro.
Yeah, I definitely was never that kid.
Oh, dude, I was that kid so much that I would even buy Game Informer magazines back in the day because you'd be able to get walkthroughs on certain games and
Yes.
shit back in the day through the fucking magazines. So where it's like if you say you're playing like one of those really long like fucking RPG games where it's got all kinds of different side missions and extra fucking shit you got, you can fucking buy like the Game Informer for that game, and it literally gives you everything. It's got a full fucking map of the game. It's got where every fucking piece of treasure is. Yada yada yada. Dude, those
Dude,
are
I
big,
never even
especially
bought
for.
Nintendo Power. That sounds like
Oh yeah,
next
it's
level
same
shit,
thing,
dude.
dude. Like I would buy those for like all the fucking Pokemon games back in the day, bro.
Yeah, like Nintendo Power would give you tidbits, but like those Game Informers, they were the shit. Cause like I
They're like
remember, and
Cole's notes, basically,
yeah,
for the
like
game.
literally, it was like the developers sat down and
Yeah.
was like, if you want to be a completionist and 100% our game, you're gonna need to know all of this information. Like 100%. I remember them for like early PlayStation and N64 and shit, like Banjo-Kazooie, the early Final Fantasies, the
Mhm.
Resident
Oh,
Evils, like
dude, did you guys see they're making a new James Bond?
Oh,
yo,
like
I
the new double oh
did.
007?
Not 007. It's called first, or I think it's called 007 First Sight or some shit. It's not like a remake of like the old N64 game. It's more of a newer slash old because it's pretty much following Bond in his younger years as a fucking agent.
Yeah, like
So
pre
it's
Pierce
like
Brosnan era.
exactly pre like what all we know of fucking Bond, and it's like
Yeah,
they
it's like
follow him in his earlier years.
as he was becoming what
Yeah,
we know.
exactly.
Yeah, when he's like a late 20s, early 30s young man
Yeah.
is
So
when
I'm not
this whole thing picks up.
I don't quote me on it. Like I won't I don't want to say it's like a fucking updated version of, 007 GoldenEye because I don't know. I didn't see any like gameplay or anything of it. I just heard that I've seen like the
You seen the
uh
cinematic?
like a picture of like the fucking what they're putting out for it and stuff like that. Dude, and also remember how we were talking back about Xbox or Microsoft stepping away from like Xbox and consoles?
Yeah.
I don't think that was really true because they just dropped a new handheld that they're doing.
So, all right, so
And
that's
I
not
also I
that's
also
not actually
seen
Xboxes.
no, but they're also still dropping console, but they're just stepping away from like the format that they were doing, and it's almost like they're just pretty much building a PC now.
Yep.
Oh,
But
so they're
it's
selling
still
like okay.
it's still an Xbox, but they're not like it's more of a PC sort of thing that you're also going to be able to play all your Steam games and your Epic games on.
Yep.
So
Oh,
it's
okay,
going to be
okay.
like owning a PC instead of owning a console and only being able to play whatever's released for that console. You'll be able to play everything pretty much on their new system is what they're claiming.
Yeah. So what they've done is they teamed up with the team at Asus with the ROG team and took an ROG Ally and the ROG Ally X and made a version that has a Xbox operating system, so to speak. They're calling it like Xbox Big Picture Experience or something like that. Um, but basically it's like a really stripped down version of Windows because the original ROG Allies they run Windows 11. So it's literally like you're turning on a PC in a handheld device. And what the Xbox One's doing is optimizing all of that just for the gaming. So none
Yeah.
of the background Windows processes are running. It's just this little like Xbox big picture experience thing running as the operating system. And ultimately, what's probably going to happen is, like James is saying, when we get to the release of the actual final console box idea, it's going to be a computer with the Xbox operating system.
Pretty much.
And it'll be like a fully fledged out operating system, and it's going to allow you to launch Steam, launch Epic, launch GOG, and any of those other things, and probably even run some other native applications. And, you might be able to run Discord as
Yeah.
like a PC style version of Discord simultaneously while you play your games through the device. So it's interesting because the allies are doing that. Like they are allowing you because again, there are Windows machines at the base level. They are allowing you to still run Steam, still run Epic, and all those other launchers. Um, so yeah, we're getting to this world where like it's really more about how do we get more people playing more of the games that we sell. It's a weird time for gaming right now. Like it's pretty fucking cool and it's also pretty fucking crazy. Like you look at what happened with Borderlands recently and them updating their end user agreement and people suddenly losing it because they feel like it's too intrusive. It it's crazy. It's a crazy time in gaming right now.
I mean, it's a crazy time in so many different things. Man, this like guy that I work with, he bought a flip phone, okay, that's like fully rubberized and has a touch screen on the inside, and like you can do everything on it. You can put all your apps. It's basically just a normal Android phone that's a flip phone. It's made by Cat. and it's
Oh
like
yeah.
shockproof, dustproof, waterproof
Yeah,
flip
yeah.
phone. Dude, he bought it for like $100.
Yep.
And this kid, I mean, he's 28, but like he's a beauty. But he's just like tossing this fucking thing around. He'll be like walking fucking to the lunchroom, just fucking throws it on the fucking table. He just got it on Monday. He's like, I'm like, dude, you know that like it can still break, right? He's like, I don't care. It's like they have to replace it. They said that it's fucking unbreakable or not unbreakable, but it's like all shock proof, dust proof. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, why not? Just toss it around, see what happens. And then he's like, it was only like $100, man. I'm like, yeah, all right. I mean, it is kind of cool, but when it's open, dude, it's like this.
Yep.
Like it's it's got to be 9 inches, probably, like from top to bottom. Thing's fucking massive.
I watched a tech reviewer review a couple of those cat phones, and they were like for the durability side of things, they're like, it seems pretty fucking durable. They're like their main issue is obviously their tech guys, and like for the tech aspects of them, like they're not the best phones. They're kind of slow, but like for most of your basic needs, if you're just, making and taking phone calls, text messages, and, maybe trying to, check your Facebook and shit, you're going to be fine with that phone.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you probably would. I mean,
You
it
know,
plays music. The speaker doesn't sound too bad.
yeah, like you're going to be fine with it. Like, is it
Yeah,
as awesome as having, a Samsung S whatever Ultra? No. But is it a rugged ass work phone for people who have rugged ass work? Absolutely, and it's gonna do its damn job.
yeah, no, that's true. It kind of made me like nostalgic too because I was like, man, I remember I used to have like a rubberized phone and it was fucking unbreakable, man. It was awesome.
Were you
Like
an
I
Nextel
loved it.
guy?
No, dude, it was like a. You remember the Pebble or no? Was it called what was the one? There was like that one, oh, Kyocera. It was a Kyocera. You remember the slider? It was like one of the first ones. It was called like Kyocera slider, maybe. It might even be called something that simple. And it was made by them, but it was like, dude, the phone was probably smaller than a 100 ml bottle. Like, and it was like you could play Snake on it or like something like Snake. Maybe you didn't play Snake, but there'd be like games on it. And like you could cruise the web, but it was like just in black and white or like whatever color the screen was. It wasn't color. It was pretty cool though. I'm gonna find out what that Kyocera one was called, the slide phone, because that's gonna drive me nuts if I don't remember.
Back. Was it still T9 or was it a slide with a full keyboard?
I can't remember because I didn't have one. Mine or the one that I'm talking about, the slider one.
The slider one you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember. My buddy Ryan had one, but it's been a
Because I
fucking long
think like,
time.
I'm trying to remember, and I think if it's the one I think it is, it was just like a T9, so it would just be like your normal
No, it
buttons.
was T9.
Yeah, I think I remember the
Yeah, it
phone
was
you're
just
talking
called the
about.
slider.
Kyocera slider.
Yeah, and it was tiny.
That was that weird era where like phones just kept getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, dude, I had this like crazy small Nokia phone, and it was I had a color screen. You could go on the net, and it was like the first phone of like a big group of friends. I had the first phone that you could play music from your phone. You could put like MP3s on it. And like, dude, it would be like anytime we were kicking it, like having a session, dude, I'd just be like, don't worry, I got this. Just have it in like my hoodie pocket, just like pumping tunes. Fucking good
It's
old
funny.
days, dude. That was probably
I
like
I love that.
2003, 2004.
I know like somewhere around that same era, 2003, 2004, I also was like the first of my friends with a phone that could play MP3s. But I had this thing that was like it had like stereo speakers on either side. Like it was designed with Apple iTunes in it. And
Oh,
it had like little like RGB LEDs inside the speakers so you could turn that on, and like it was completely marketed on the gimmick that like you could play music from this phone. And I jumped on it as the music head that I was. Uh, cannot remember what it was called now. Wonder if I can, let's see.
Sony
dude,
Ericsson
once,
has some pretty dope phones back in the day.
dude, Sony Ericsson did have some nice phones. A buddy of mine
I
had
had a pretty
one.
sweet fucking slider from them. That was pretty dope.
My buddy, he had one, and like his speaker was phenomenal, dude.
Well, dude, that
Like,
was part of it. As part of their phones back in the day, was they would sell ones that either had like crazy fucking speakers for music, or had like this crazy like fucking camera on them.
yeah, dude. I'm pretty sure that like my first phone that had a camera was like 1.2 megapixels
Oh
or
yeah,
something like
dude.
that, dude.
It's back on the flip phone thing, dude. I remember when I got my first cell phone, dude. It was like an old fucking Motorola flip phone of some sort, dude. And that thing
Like
would
not
not
even a
fucking
razor.
no, dude. No.
Nah, dude.
That thing was a fucking brick, dude. You could not. I used to play hacky sack with it, bro. And this thing just would not break. I loved that thing, but it obviously was like the fucking bare minimum, dude. But I don't even think it had games. I don't even know if it had a camera. Oh,
No,
dude.
that was probably that era. Like it was just like
It still
text
had an
message,
antenna.
phone call. Yeah, text message, phone call, maybe Snake on there.
Yeah, it had an antenna on it still, boys. Remember that?
Yep.
Oh fuck yeah,
This
dude. So many of mine had them.
this is the one I was thinking of. It's the Motorola Rocker.
Yeah. I remember that one.
It was one of those like I had
Dude,
singular.
Motorola was like the king of phones for a long time, bro, because they had like the Razor, they had the fucking chocolate. Remember the chocolate?
Yeah, dude.
Well, dude, they were in the game for a while because like a lot of those like shoulder bag phones were Motorola's.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like
Them
they
and
were in the
Nokia.
game
Have you
early, dude.
guys seen the new Razor?
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't really look enough like a Razor to be called that or to make me
Yeah.
think of that. You know what I mean? They should just called it something different. Just because it folds in half.
And they've already got with the another flip phone in the family already. It's like there's a handful of people doing the touchscreen flip phone. And like my wife when she was working at T-Mobile became the Samsung specialist, and that allowed her access to some of the new and up and coming early equipment like that. So she got to try a couple of the generations of the flip that they were doing. And honestly, eh, like they have some applications and use case for some people that I think are probably awesome, but otherwise, they're too fragile. You can't get a screen protector for them. Like over time, you get a crease in the middle of the screen from use. The shit starts cracking. Like,
I mean, I will say that is kind of cool that it's like a full touch screen, but then you can fold it in half. But I
like
agree, James, it looks nothing like a razor. Like just because it's a smartphone that has a massive screen but can be folded in half, it shouldn't be called a fucking razor.
Agreed.
I think one of the cool things you could do with it, though, like with these modern flip phones, a lot of them, you could set them up if you're like podcaster, influencer, whatever. You could set them up as like their own tripod because you can open them halfway and use your back facing camera. And with a lot of them, they get that big screen that becomes a preview screen for you.
Oh
So like
yeah, I
great,
could see the uses. Yeah, yeah.
great if you want to take like group selfies and stuff like that. Even cooler is like obviously with today's technology, if you have a smartwatch, it allows you to usually use that as a shutter. So now, like when my wife had hers, she could literally use the smartwatch to trigger the camera.
Oh yeah, I can do all that with my Apple Watch.
So like we could do shit like that. So like it's cool for stuff like that. Like I can see how it's useful to some people. I think for a lot of people, it's more it's more just the flashy uh gimmickiness of it all, I think, than anything else. Like it works great. Don't get me wrong. Like they worked awesome. The Samsung technology in them was as good as any Samsung phone you can buy. It's just like the gimmick of having the flip phone.
Dude, I'm literally looking at like the newest, I guess, Razor. It's called like the Razor 60 Ultra. And that shit is fucking a lot of money, boys.
Dude,
Yeah.
all phones are now.
It's like 1,300 probably US for the phone.
Go look at what
Uh,
the newest iPhone costs.
I don't want to.
so yeah,
I'm
if you want the
guessing it's
top,
more by you saying
if you want the
that.
top grade iPhones, yeah, you're paying up, homie.
What is the newest iPhone even called?
I don't know anymore. I lost
16
track.
Pro Max would be like the most pimped one.
I think so, yeah. That sounds right.
Uh, oh yeah,
Meanwhile, for
it's
like $800, you can buy like the top of the line Google phone.
these are renewed. These aren't even brand new, and they're still like fucking 1,500, 1,600 US.
How about
Dude,
that,
the
right?
new iPhone 16 Pro is $1,000.
Oh yeah, it's got to be, dude, because like these, it says here it's like an Apple iPhone 16 Pro Max, 512 gigabyte like hard storage, whatever, and it's renewed, and it says it's $2,000. This is on Amazon, Canadian, right? So that's like 1,450 US. But there's also one right beside it that is half of the storage, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
still
saying right here the iPhone
1,650.
17 will start at $900 and potentially reach 1,500 or even more for the Pro Max.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, then that makes sense. That's fucking insane, dude. I'll never have that phone.
Yeah, it
I
says the
mean,
Pro Max could potentially be anywhere from 1,700 or even 23 for the 1 terabyte storage.
Like who's buying that, man, and why? Like people paying that much money just makes everything else more expensive. Like these people need to just chill the fuck out and not buy that shit. Let
Well, what
us
I
poors get like reasonable prices on other stuff.
it's just what I don't understand is how so many people are able to afford this kind of shit.
well, you know, what you have and what you have in debt,
I know, but
you know?
that's the thing too, bros. Like that's one thing that like because trust me, I have some debt. You know what I mean? But luckily, I wised up fast enough before I dug myself into an unfucking escapable hole. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's one thing. Like, because I know I've known people that will just fucking get a credit card and then get another credit card and then get another credit card and then like just pay bare minimum on these things and then just fucking max them out. And then a lot of times, I even know people that just say fuck it. Then we go to collections and just don't ever answer the fucking phone. And then hope for the fucking best.
Yeah,
And
dude, I
like,
did that
dude,
when I was like 19. But not
there's
now.
no way, bro. There's no way I could do that to myself.
Like with shit like Credit Karma, we got no excuse now, people. Like,
Dude, I've been watching my credit score grow, bro, like over the last like 2 years. And I gotta say, I'm pretty fucking proud of myself and the fucking gap that I fucking jumped from where I was at to where I am now, bro. Let's just say at least 200 points.
Yeah, boy.
So
Like
it's
I
pretty
I know
fucking.
I was gassed when I first saw excellent. I was like, wait, what? Like
Dude,
it's
even if you buy some, sorry, I'm still lost on these phones, man. Even if you get some of these iPhone 16s, like you can still do like tabs up here. So like if you like you'll pay for like 2 years and you pay every month, and then by the time like that's done, you own the phone or whatever.
yeah.
Buddy, it's still like fucking probably $35 a month if you put $0 down. But then you have to get like a pretty serious fucking cell phone package in order to qualify to get those phones for zero down.
Yep. They do the
Oh,
same shit here. And that's how these people can afford to keep doing the upgrade because it's like they'll buy one year, they'll do like a 2 year plan like that, get through it, and by that point, all right, now I've missed a year, but I'll buy the next year model when it
yeah, but
drops.
dude, then you're
Dude,
probably spending $100 a month on a fucking cell phone bill.
100% they are.
That's crazy.
dude, I'll wait. I think the one I had before this, because this isn't even the newest. I could have got like the 15, I think, when I got this, the newest one at the time. But I ended up getting the 13 because it wasn't all that much different, and I was able to get an Apple Watch, and my bill was only like $50, sort of thing. And I had before this, I think I had the 11. So I wait like at least 2 years or till my phone just stops working or like the speaker goes out or the fucking screen stops working or some shit. And then I'll just go get a new one.
See, Google got me good because like they dropped the Pixel 8, did a really great deal on it. So I got a Pixel 8 for like $600. Happy with this phone. Been great. I love it. I will buy a new Pixel at some point when I'm ready to buy a new phone. That being said, about 6 months after I bought this phone, they dropped the Pixel 9.
Yeah, that's how
And
you got a good deal on
but well no, so this is what makes it funny. They all the Pixel 9 did was integrate the AI features already. They're pushing those AI features out to my phone now. And at the end of the day, like I have the Android updates first because Android's owned by Google. So whenever Android gets updated, I have that update days before my wife on her Samsung. So I was like, fuck it, dude. Like my phone is tit for tat the same performance of the same model in the 9. The only difference is I don't have the extra AI integration. I can turn it off right now.
Dude,
So, whatever.
speaking of AI integration, dude, there's gonna be all kinds of new fucking shit with the new iOS for iOS 26 or whatever it is.
Yep.
They're going to be doing like real time translation with AirPods. They're going to be doing full on like AI integration. They're like redoing the whole widgets. They're redoing CarPlay. They're redoing all kinds of shit, dude. The way that Safari looks, the way that your phone calls look. It's going to be like a whole new facelift on shit.
Yeah, they even just did an overhaul on the whole operating system for the iPad.
I
So
heard about
like
that.
all iPads that are still eligible for updates are going to be getting this operating system soon. And apparently from what some of the reviewers and stuff I was watching were talking about, it's gonna make your iPad function more like an iPhone. Not in that, you're gonna be making phone calls on it, but that like the user interface is going to be more familiar to you as an iPhone user, and things are going to natively work the same on both platforms.
Yeah, I've never had an iPad or really felt like I needed one. I guess the only time I felt like I would have liked one was before I had a computer or like a laptop.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really don't. I would much rather have like a laptop over an iPad.
I mean, I think like for you, the only use case I really see one be like a tablet of any kind being good for you might be like when you travel for like
Well,
plane flights.
yeah, like that would be the only time I would probably use it.
You know what I mean? Right. Like that's my whole thing. Like they're cool. I like having a bigger screen. Like my wife's got a great tablet, and
Like my
there are
dad has one,
times,
but have never once been like, "Hey, let me see that."
yeah, like there are times we'll be wanting to like stream like Simpsons or something, and like we're working in the kitchen cooking. She'll like pull the Simpsons up on the tablet, and we'll have it playing in the kitchen because
Yeah,
it's
see, for
small, it's
me,
compact.
I don't
That's
have any problem watching shit on my phone, dude.
eh,
Yeah, me neither.
me either. I've watched whole fucking hour and a half movies,
Dude, I've
you
watched
know?
two
I've
3 hour
watched way
movies
more than
on
that.
this, bro.
Yeah.
On a fucking plane,
Dude,
easy.
on my phone here, I watched the entire season of the new Kids in the Hall on the way back from Vegas. It was like a 5.5 hour fucking flight, and I watched it the entire time on my
Yeah.
phone
Yeah, like
with my
Dude,
I'm not
honestly,
above it.
skull
this is the
candies.
funniest fucking thing, bro. Is I have a computer here with two nice fucking monitors. At one point, I still have my TV connected to it, but I don't want to look up as high now because I got a new TV, which I'm in fucking love with, by the way. We'll talk about that here in a second. Um, but I still catch myself watching shit on my phone sitting here in front of my desk that has two monitors that I could pull up whatever I'm watching on my phone on a bigger screen. But I still fucking scroll on this while I'm sitting here and probably have something playing up on another screen already. You know what I mean? That's totally different thing.
Yeah,
But
tell
yeah,
us about your TV, bro.
I was just gonna say, but my TV, dude, I love this fucking TV, bro. First off, the fucking picture on it, beautiful, bro. That 4K, bro, is amazing. Um, but dude, Roku TVs, bro, are the fucking shit, dude. Because I literally have every application that you need, or like every subscription service, like right there. It's downloaded straight to the fucking TV. All you gotta do is just sign in. And once you're signed in, you're good to go. Not only that, but this thing's got a little fucking voice feature to where you push the little button or hold the button down and just say like open Disney Plus or open Max or whatever. And it literally opens up whatever fucking application you want. And then you sit there and you fucking scroll through, find whatever you want to watch. And if you want to, you can watch live TV on here. It, I love this thing, dude. I've been watching so much TV on it. It's been awesome.
You know, it's funny
That's
because
sick.
right before we moved in here into the new spot, I I had to buy a new TV for us because ours was like the backlight was just failing on us
That was what
completely.
was happening with mine. That
Yeah.
and I had a couple burned spots on the screen for leaving something paused for too long.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah.
So like I loved our old one. It was a great 4K smart TV from Samsung. So I bought another one. And the one we got now is like true 4K, like ultra HD 4K
Dude,
versus
isn't
like
it
the older
nice?
4K. Oh, it's funny
Dude,
because like my
I
wife
kept
watches a lot of Netflix. So like she watches the same shit and binges it over and over. Like walking through and seeing things I've, like watched with her on the old TV and then seeing it on the new one, it's like,
dude,
oh,
and depending on how certain things are shot, you almost feel like you're there.
yeah, like it's
Like
not
it
real, like
legit,
it's just a video
yeah,
camera.
yeah, it's that good of quality to where it's like,
Yep.
man, dude, like, because usually you can kind of tell, like, you could tell, like, this is a video, like, there's still that. like damn, this is a really nice high quality one. Like, but there's something about it to where you can kind of tell that it's still video. But then there's sometimes where people fucking have their fucking lighting and their fucking cameras set so
Yeah,
fucking
like you
perfect.
watch Game of Thrones on that TV and you
Yeah,
feel like you're sitting there.
there's that, and there's even just some like fucking YouTube guys that have their fucking shit dialed so perfectly to where I'm like, damn, dude, this I feel like I'm fucking there. Like I feel like I could like reach, I could touch whatever they're fucking, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah, like some like I think what's crazy to me is like I
remember
remember.
when like just high def came out and we thought like that was fucking crazy. And we're like, holy fuck, dude, like it looks so real. And it's like taken so many steps past that sense.
Dude, I
It blows my
remember
fucking
when my
mind.
parents like they got like this like big screen TV back in the day, and I remember anytime I would go there, I would like watch it and I'd be like, this is crazy. And like my mother, it took her probably like 6 months to stop getting like nauseous from the TV. And so like I feel you. Like because I remember the first few times I saw it because like they were the first ones I saw like a big TV that had like really good picture.
Mm.
And like we were watching a hockey game and I was like, this is crazy. Like every you can see their faces and like parts of their faces while they're skating up the ice, and it's still
Yeah.
like that bird's eye view, but because the screen's so big, the quality's so good, it's like you're kind of there, but sitting in closer seats. Like it was very weird.
Yeah.
Yep.
Football is really weird too, actually.
Yeah, it was. I
Like
remember
football
my
was
father
really
doing
weird
the
for
That
me.
was when
same.
I noticed it the most, was watching like fucking live sporting events. You're like, holy
Yeah.
fuck, like, whoa.
Yep. Like I
I mean,
remember my
action movies are
father redid
cool.
his house and he bought one of those like super huge ultra HD and like I remember we were there shortly after they had renovated the house and they had a football game on and it was like you can count the blades of grass. This is
Like,
crazy.
dude, watching Andor season 2 on this fucking thing, dude, I'm gonna speak. I'm not gonna say anything about the show because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. But dude, honestly, like if you enjoy Star Wars at all, or just like that kind of universe of like, of space and fucking different planets and galaxies and rebellions and that sort of shit, dude, watch Andor, bro. It is probably one of the best things Star Wars has done in like the last 20 years, bro. It's fucking so good, bro. Like I thought like they did that when they did The Mandalorian, but there's something about this, bro. And I'll tell you what, there's not a single fucking lightsaber, bro. But it's fucking awesome, dude. Not only that, but you watch it and then you go back into watching Rogue One with a completely different fucking point of view, which is kind of sick. But it's shot so well. The fucking dialogue's on point. The fucking characters in it are super fucking like well written. Like I fucking dug the fuck out of that show, dude. And dude, just visually, bro, fucking crazy, crazy. And it was one of those ones where there's certain scenes where I was like, dude, this just looks fucking nuts.
Bananas.
I highly
I haven't
recommend Andor season
I hadn't
2.
even seen anything about it, so
Yeah, I've
it's
never
kind of
even heard
cool
of it.
hearing it.
Yeah, dude. It's like it's pretty much what it is. It's because if you guys had seen Rogue One is what happens before A New Hope. Like, so before they fucking destroy the Death Star, the whole premise behind Rogue One is it's a group of rebels are trying to fucking find plans of the Death Star to help, destroy it in A New Hope with Luke and, that whole sort of thing. So, but what Andor is it's what happens leading up to Rogue One and how they get to that point. So it's like a prequel of a prequel of a prequel sort of
I'm
thing.
just
But
filling
dude,
in more of the blanks
but yeah,
now.
just filling in more of the blanks. But you go and you watch Andor, and then you go and watch Rogue One. and you get some backstory on some really like important characters in Rogue One that help explain why they make certain decisions the way they do. And it makes you look at it in a completely different fucking way, dude. And it's fucking sick.
That's pretty cool. I mean, you gotta hand it to like the team over there. Like they always are creating new and innovative stories and ways to just
Yeah.
continue this universe.
Some are hits, some have been some misses. I'm not gonna lie. There's been a couple I like. Obviously, I wasn't a huge fan of the sequels of the newest three movies, and there's like one or two like I wasn't a huge. There's some things I liked about the Acolyte, which is one of the newer ones that happens way before any of this, because this happens during the High Republic era. If you guys can't tell, I've kind of become like a little bit of a Star Wars nerd. Because like, dude, I know like shit that's not even has anything to do with the time period that the movies happen in. I know shit that happens thousands of fucking years before that, and also, you know, couple hundred years afterward. Dude, the fucking fandom of Star Wars is so crazy and so awesome.
Like a millennia of Star
Dude,
Wars.
there's so much fucking shit, dude. It's like it's the same thing when you get into like comics and like Marvel fucking comics or DC comics and really start diving into dude. There's so much fucking shit out there.
Yeah, like the lore goes deep
Yeah,
for sure.
deep.
I think that that's
Like,
also how like some of
And then
those things have so much fandom
yeah,
because there is so much to it. That
because then
there's
you
so
also
much
have
to interpret,
things that are
everything.
considered canon, which are that are something that like for this case that George Lucas considers true to the story that falls in line with his movies and that sort of thing. But then you have a whole Legends continuity of just fan made fucking stories of what happens if you look what went to the dark side instead of fucking whatever, or what happens if fucking Vader instead of dying actually returns to the light side, and then fucking follow that storyline and like all kinds of other shit, dude.
I remember my uncle when I was a kid having a bunch of the like Star Wars books, and like it's funny because I remember talking to somebody about them, and it's like what's weird about those is that some of them weren't canon and now
Yeah,
are.
and then they got brought into it.
So like it's kind of wild how like again like the team working on building content for people to consume is doing a
Dude,
great job of
you got to
pulling
give it
all the
up to
best
fucking.
resources.
You got to give it up to Dave Filoni, bro, because he's one of the guys that's really been fucking trying to fucking keep course with the storylines and shit. He's the one who's done like a lot of the series that I've enjoyed. Like he did the like the animated Clone Wars series. He's the one that created Ahsoka, like that character. You know what I mean? And a couple other newer characters like the with the Rebels and that sort of thing. And he's the one that's tying in those animated canon aspects of Star Wars, bringing them to live action, and like he's got a real deep connection with George, so he has still got like those ties, and he's got like scripts and fucking detailed pieces of where George wanted things to go, and all his fucking thoughts and stuff that he could just fucking tap into, as well as his just knowledge of these characters and fucking Star Wars, where if they let him fucking run with it and not mess with things too much, I feel like he could take it to a fucking really cool place. And then of course you got Jon Favreau, hold that down, kind of help him along the way. But I feel like they might just I feel like at certain points they just got too many hands in the fucking mixing bowl. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
dude, when there's that much content that comes out, no one person or like one group of people could get that all out.
Well, they can. It's just that they don't need to fucking rush shit
Well, sorry,
as
yes,
well
they
as
can't
what I'm saying
to
is they don't need
satiate
to
the peoples.
like let so many people fucking be head of like making the decision is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, they'd
I
have
don't
to
know.
slow way down probably
But
if that
that's
were the
just me
case.
also being like a fan of like certain avenues of where stories have gone. And I'm a fan of Dave Filoni and what he's done with, characters and what he's built along with, what George already had laid out. Um, but at the end of the day, you can't make everybody fucking happy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely
That's one
not.
thing we all need to learn in life. You know what I mean? Like sometimes some things are winners and some things are losers.
Well,
Some
dude,
things
like
are for you
today,
and some things aren't.
today I found out it's the first time I've ever heard this. So I made like a comment. It was like a Back to the Future comment,
Mm-hmm.
and this person was like, "Oh, dude, that's my favorite one." And it was one I made like a quote from the third one, and I was like, "The third Back to the Future is your favorite one? Like you like the Wild West, like time travel flying train?" He's like, "Oh yeah, it was the best one." But for me, it's 100% the first one. That's my favorite Back to the Future. And so I'd never met anyone say that the third
See,
Back to the Future
I
was their
liked the
favorite
second
Back to the
one quite a
Future.
bit when I was younger because it was all futuristic and shit. Like I thought
Yeah.
that one was kind of cool. But yeah, I did. I never. Third one was never my favorite.
It
I
was
thought
like
it
the
was.
most
I
mid
thought it was
one.
kind of funny.
Yeah, it was entertaining,
Yeah, but yeah,
but it
I
wasn't
agree.
my favorite.
Yeah, I think it's. I think it goes 1, 2, 3.
I think that that's how I would put it
Yeah, yeah.
also. One, two, three. Yeah, yeah.
But let's be honest. Isn't that how most movie trilogies go? There's
Ah,
very few. There's very few. There are some standouts. I will say there are a couple standouts maybe that don't necessarily follow that script. But I feel like there's whenever you get like a trilogy of movies, it's very rare that you get one's awesome, two's whoa even better, and three's like fuck, dude. You know what I mean?
I feel like Transformers. I don't know if I like
No,
the first one the most.
I don't necessarily think any of them were good.
Oh, I don't think that they're bad.
So like I can't really say that one really fits because I don't think they got better.
Like I hear what you're saying though. 'Cause like I think about movies as movies I loved as a kid in the '90s, the Three Ninjas trilogy, and that is a perfect
Dude, I haven't
example. The first one's
that one's
great.
I can't really speak on it too much because dude, it's I hadn't seen that in so long. So like I have very, very, very foggy memories of those movies.
Like I remember first one was great, second one still good, but then the third one was weak.
Dude,
Well,
the
dude, even Jurassic Park and all that. I like all of them. I don't think
yeah.
that the best one is the first one or
No, I honestly well, dude, Jurassic Park's kind of crazy because it's one of those ones that's gone beyond three.
So now it's a
There's like
franchise.
there's like 6 or 7 of them
oh
now.
yeah, yeah. And honestly, even the newest ones are awesome.
Yeah, they're they're different
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
from the
But like
like.
with Chris Pratt in it, I
Yeah,
thought it was awesome.
I'm Chris Pratt. I'm a fan of Chris Pratt. I think he's a
I like him
pretty good
also.
actor. Um, I'm trying to think though of like one solid like trilogy where it's like all three were like bang bang boom fucking awesome.
I guess
Bad
there's probably
Boys one,
people out
two, and
there.
three.
No, I never saw the third one, so I
Dude,
can't say.
I got
Bad
one for you
Boys and Bad
guys.
Boys 2 was pretty good.
Rush Hour,
Rush
Ah, Rush
Hour,
Hour.
I never really liked Rush Hour.
bro. All three. I think
All three
honestly
are
the third. I
bangers.
think the third one's my favorite though. Out of that one, so I think that one kind of fits in that category where it's like I really think I like the third one more than the first one.
Oh, you know what would actually apply for me? So like this would be it just it's kind of going back to what we were talking about before, but not the video game aspect. Um, I think that my favorite Bond movies, period, are all the Daniel Craig ones. And I don't even know which one's my
Yeah,
favorite of
see,
those.
this is the thing, and you know what's crazy is like I was never really into Bond movies, bro.
I
Even though
wasn't
they're like,
until Daniel Craig. Before that, I
even though
would watch them,
they're
but I didn't
action
really.
movies and stuff, like even the Daniel Craig ones, bro.
Oh, dude, he's such a badass. He's such a sick
Like they're
Bond.
cool. I don't know, man.
So that one would fall in that line for me
Okay.
because there's a ton of fucking Bond
So
movies, but even just Daniel Craig
Sean was like
movies.
the Three Ninjas. Mine was. Did well, no. I guess that one doesn't really fit because the third movie wasn't that great. I was gonna say the Ninja Turtles movies,
I mean, Ninja
like the
Turtles one,
live
two, and
action
three.
ones.
1 and 2 are fire. Three's still pretty good.
Honestly, the Karate Kid movies, I
The
like
third
them.
Karate
I like
Kid
them.
was kind of meh.
No, I didn't mind it. I thought it was
Or
good.
no, not the third one, the fourth one.
Yeah, like the next Karate Kid.
Yeah, no,
Like the one with Hilary Swank was still good.
yeah, the one
Yeah.
with Jaden Smith was like, yeah, because
No.
technically he wasn't really doing karate.
Well, dude,
He was in
he wasn't
training.
even have Mr. Miyagi in it. It was
Well,
Jackie Chan,
yeah,
was it not?
yeah, but he was being taught kung fu, and they called it the Karate Kid.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
And now they're trying to save face by doing the newest one where they have uh Ralph Macchio and fucking Jackie Chan, and they make references to Miyagi, and they bring this kid that knows kung fu to the States to fight in a karate tournament. So fucking Daniel San's got to teach him some karate moves and how to fight like karate combat style compared to, I don't know. Hadn't seen
I
it.
mean, I'll
Don't really
watch it
know.
probably.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, at
What's an
least they
hour and
went
a
and
half,
got Ralph
man?
Macchio, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he still barely looks old enough to drink.
Dude, that is the fuck. Can we talk about that guy for a second? What the fuck, dude? What is in that guy's blood?
I don't like a lot of virgins blood, I'm
Isn't he
assuming.
like
I don't
how
know.
old is this dude now?
He's in his mid 50s.
No, I think he's 60, bro. I think he's in
Maybe
his
he's
60s.
60.
I think he's in
Well, the
his
first Karate
60s.
Kid came out in what, like 84, 85?
63 years old, gentlemen.
See?
I guess 63.
Motherfucker looks like he's what? Maybe 48.
Oh, I don't even know. Yeah, he looks 45. Like he could
Yeah,
be
I said
my age, I
48.
guess.
I gave him a couple extra, but like, yeah.
I juiced it up a bit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
he
mean, no,
definitely looks really
seriously.
young.
This is on the Wikipedia. It tells us Macchio in 2019. He looks like he's in his mid to late 30s.
That's what I'm saying, dude. He looks like 2 or 3 years older than I am in that picture.
You know what though? This is what I will
Wild.
say. I saw a fairly recent picture of Elizabeth Shue, and she looks pretty good too. And she was
Elizabeth
his love
Shue.
interest in that first movie, and the first Karate Kid.
Oh yeah,
And she was in
dude. You
Adventures
know
of
who else I seen
Babysitting
the
and that
other
one.
day that looks crazy good still? What was her name? Fucking. Nah, I forgot the fucking name, dude. God
What does she
damn
look
it.
like at all?
Blonde, real big in the 90s.
Christina Applegate.
No,
Um,
fuck. I just watched
Reese
Reese
Witherspoon.
Witherspoon.
No, no.
I like that we both went
This could
there.
be fun. This could be fun. Keep going. Um,
There's
it's like
one,
it.
but she was married to the lead singer of Coldplay, Gwyneth Paltrow.
No.
Okay.
Dude,
She was big in the
she was
90s.
with Tommy Lee at one point.
Oh,
Not
Oh,
Pam
Pam?
Anderson
Pam
though.
Anderson.
Not Pam Anderson though.
Oh, the one that was in like Melrose Place or whatever.
Yes, that
Heather
one.
Locklear.
Yes, bro. She
Yeah, we
still
got
looks
there.
good, bro.
Oh, really? Because I
Yes.
saw a picture of what's her face? The other one that she was the porno one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She looked rough.
Wait,
So if you
yeah,
had to
she's gone
said
like this whole like
Pam Anderson, she
yeah,
looked
this
rough.
whole like natural no makeup thing. So like I could see why I bet if she like put some makeup on, you'd probably be like, oh, she still looks real good.
Oh, okay. Well, fair.
But
Good on
she,
her then.
yeah,
But either way, Heather Locklear still looks good.
yeah. Like I just watched an episode of Bert Kreischer's podcast that he does called Something's Burning, where he like brings people to his house studio. Where this little dude literally owns a house and he's literally got podcast studios built in it, and he goes there to work. And he's got this full fucking badass kitchen in there that he cooks in. But anyways, he had her and someone else. Fuck. I forgot who it was. But anyways, they were on there. And she's actually pretty fucking funny too, bro. Either way.
Dude, the
Shit,
90s.
boys, that's crazy. I got some weird flying bug in the studio, and it's the perfect
I
time
seen
for
you
us to
kind of
bring this
going
to a
like,
close. Yeah, because he looks like he's like a wasp of some kind. So I'd kind of like to kill this thing. So it's the
Kill
perfect
it.
time to bring it to a close. So Uncle Chris, start bringing us home.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate you. I'm gonna say check us out Friday nights on Frames Jankel and Vapors YouTube channel for the green room, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Check out shedtimepodcast.com. Check out our Patreon. Check out anything. Give us some ratings that are really nice. Help push us places. All those things would be much appreciated. So with that, I say everybody be safe, have a good week, live your best life. James.
as always, huge shout outs to all the Shedheads for you guys' continuous support. Make sure you're still leaving those 5-star reviews, like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. That helps us pop up in algorithms and helps more people find out about the Shed and what we might be doing over here. If you want to catch us, a little double dose, check us out Friday, like Chris said, over on my YouTube channel, Friday nights, 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Go over there, go check it out. Little live action for you guys. We can interact with you guys in chat in real time. Pretty fun. So go over there, check that out. Other than that, I'm gonna end it as I always do, sending out all those positive vibes. Crisp high fives. Don't forget to tell someone you love them, and a little bag or dab will do ya.
That's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. So one last time, ShedtimePodcast.com has links to everything you need. The Frames Jank, the Vapor Channel, the merch store, the Patreon, and so much more. So with that, I'm going to tell you, don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool, don't be a dick, and whatever it is that you do, try and have some fun. This is the Shedtime Podcast. It's time to blow one up and blow one out. And then
Fucking smash
kill this
that bug, dude.
fucking flying ass bug. I gotta go find the goddamn salt gun. I know it made it over here.
Yeah.